What's up, all you damn DJs out there? We are back with another episode of the Damn Show. Today, we're talking about breaking news. Gucci has re entered, let's say, the metaverse. They were already in it, but they've gone above and they are now partnering with Yuga Labs uh, with, uh, uh, with their activations, and they have a lot coming. So, we're going to jump into all of that in this video. Really quickly, though, maybe how's it going over there on the East Coast?
It's going great here. Awesome weekend after this second trip. And now super big news that dropped in the morning. Early morning. I actually woke up here in New York City and the news was out already for like some hours. And it was crazy to see all of this Twitter accounts like tweeting about partnership Yuga Labs Gucci was awesome. So yeah, let's jump into it. Let's see what we got.
Okay, so it started with this press release. Gucci teams up with company behind Bored Ape Yacht Club. The luxury house and Yuga Labs aim to explore the intersection of fashion and entertainment. And it was the Coda bottle that Curtis is holding with that says Gucci, and then the U notably is another side letter as well. So, and that's a new letter that we can add to the alphabet board. But it started off with that, and it mentioned how it's going to be looking at all the different projects, whether it's Bored Ape, Mutant Ape, Cryptopunks, Meebits, and obviously 10KTF. And 10KTF is actually where that initial partnership started. So I think that's a good place to start. Maybe 1 year ago today, or 1 year ago this week, rather, uh, was the official 10KTF and Gucci partnership. Do you want to tell people a little bit more about that?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that for people that were not there. We know that 10KTF has been a very niche project for a long time before they got acquired by Yuga Labs. So what happened 1 year ago with Gucci is that the creative director of Gucci, Alessandro Michele, entered the storyline of Wagmi-san, 10KTF, as a friend of Wagmi-san. So he came to New Tokyo, met Wagmi-san, and they decided together to drop a new collection that was gonna give different PFPs some Gucci clothes to wear in the metaverse. So from that we got like some got an airdrop of Gucci Mint Pass, and then there was a mint of Gucci Mint Pass for 1 ETH per mint pass. Let's remember that this didn't even sell out. It was like there were like 500 left when they closed the mint, but that's doesn't matter because they knew that there was going to be a lot of utility, a lot coming from this partnership. So what happened is that we had to buy a mint pass or receive a mint pass by airdrop and use this mint pass with a specific PFP. Once we burned the mint pass with connecting it with a PFP, we had to wait about a week to get the reveal of our Gucci grails. And the reveal of our Gucci grails were our PFPs in Gucci clothes. As you can see, we could choose between two different options. You can see the one like with the cowboy hat, and then you get the horse riding hat. But it was very very cool. The whole experience was great. We had a lot of fun sharing these PFPs 1 year ago, and we got also utility on 10KTF because we were able to use these Gucci grails in Battle.town, which is the kind of 2D game that 10KTF created, where we could put our PFPs and Gucci grails as well to acquire points in different missions.
So these designs you see were they're actual Gucci designs that were designed by
Yeah.
Alessandro, and you can see here on the runway the this is called the Love Parade collection. 1 year ago, when the creative director was Alessandro Michele, this was one of the designs that he had made, and so we saw this on Metaverse, PFPs like Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Kennels, even. So we all got the Alessandro Michele treatment. And Alessandro has since left, and end of last year, Gucci announced a new creative director. But nothing really happened too much. And I spoke about this in my thread, which I'll link below. For after this collection, 4 months passed and nothing too much happened until July, where they dropped the Gucci materials.
Yeah, going back to what I was mentioning before, Bottle.town, where we register for missions using our 10 KTF items. Um, Around June, we got a mission that it was specific about Gucci. It was saying that we got a letter from Alessandro Michele, and it seemed like Alessandro Michele and Gucci were gonna help us defeat the kaiju, or anyway, it was saying that Alessandro Michele had a plan for New Tokyo. We registered for that mission without knowing what was the consequence. What we found out later after the mission ended is that all the people that registered Gucci Grails in that mission, and let's go back, Gucci Grails are those PFPs that we saw before. So if you had
Mhm.
those and you registered those on the mission, after the mission ended, you were able to claim one Gucci cloth per PFP, Gucci PFP that you submitted during registration. And that was awesome. We got this NFT. I was able to claim two. People that had like 10 Gucci grills were able to claim 10, and so on. And the interesting part about this NFT is that it says specifically that it's about some kind of physical material, as you can read, limited edition physical, and it's a consumable in the 10 KTF stockroom collection. So what we think is that it's going to be burned for something else. But since then, that it was how many months ago? Like really eight,
Like 10
ten
months
months
ago.
ago, 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened around this. We still don't know what this cloth will bring, but now with this news that we got today, we feel like we're getting closer to learn what this is going to bring.
Yeah, and this is a good jumping point to say, like, well, what can we expect? They've announced this partnership, but the hints are out there of what to expect. So first is I want to go to this tweet, and it's from a video podcast with the CEO of Gucci Vault. He says we got three big launches coming in the first 6 months of next year. So this was recorded end of 2022, and so when you think about three big launches at the end of or at the beginning of 2023, right now it's end of March and we've seen zero activations. So April, May, and June, theoretically, we're going to be getting three big Gucci activations. And I think that this partnership announcement had a lot to do with them delaying part of uh, part of this announcement, because I'm sure they have to work out the legalities and get all the paperwork done for that bigger partnership. Because I think what happened here is it's 10 KTF had a partnership. 10 KTF got bought by Yuga Labs, and I spoke about this in my thread as well. And then this was an opportunity for Gucci to say, "Hey, how much are we really in the metaverse? If we are, why don't we take this partnership to the next level and not just do 10 KTF, which is owned now by Yuga, but why don't we do everything Yuga Labs?" And so that's what this partnership represents, because you see Curtis, who's a Bored Ape holding the Coda bottle, and you see the other side writing that says Gucci with the U, and that Coda bottle we know has been in 10 KTF. We obviously know there's already a 10 KTF Gucci connection, and so I think that there's a lot more that's going to be coming. And based on that news, if we want to let's jump into what the market is saying.
Yeah, just want to add regarding the metaverse part of it. Okay, obviously, this brings Gucci closer to the other side, which
Hmm.
we're expecting to be the biggest metaverse in the world, and we hope it will be. We know that Gucci has already activation in other metaverse. They have like a big plot of land in the sandbox. They did activations there, games, many things happen. But this for me seems like Gucci saying, okay, we believe in the other side. We have been doing things for other metaverses like the sandbox, like I said, but it seems like the other side is the place to go if you really wanna get to the broad audience. And I see Gucci being bullish on the other side with this move, and I really like that.
Yeah, completely agree. I think they're bullish on the other side. They're bullish on a lot of things that are in Web3. And what's cool is that even though there's a talk actually with the Gucci CEO that was dropped 2 days ago, he was at a conference, and we'll link it down below. He was at a conference with Business of Fashion talking about the metaverse and the host said, well, 2022 was the peak of NFTs, and now we've seen it come back down to earth. And so, what do you think about that? And what he said was, he's like, we think that there's a lot more rational behavior now in 2023. Last year was a lot of hype cycles, and so they're just as committed to exploring what luxury fashion and the metaverse looks like, and how that bridges from the online to the physical. Because again, the Gucci cloth, it does say limited edition physical, so expect something Gucci in the real world, possibly even something in the metaverse as well to go alongside it, that propels the story forward. And so I think all of these things really point to the fact that I think Gucci is one of the brands that's actually approaching this in the right way. They're not just trying to come in and sell NFTs and say we are Gucci, buy our NFTs. It's, hey, why don't we partner with the companies that are pioneering and really building deeply in this space? Super Web3 native companies, first We Knew and now Yuga Labs. And let's see how we can use their insight and expertise in this area and what they've built and the communities they have, and then we can bring what we do really good, which is luxury fashion, and let's find where that Venn diagram fits, and let's see what happens in that intersection right there. And I think that's a really great way to go about it, because it comes across as much more authentic, because we know the people like the behind the Yuga Labs team that are pioneering and really pushing the space forward are the ones that are really help guide the NFT strategy for this 102-year-old brand like Gucci. So yeah,
Yes.
based on all of that, the market. Let's look at what the market did. So first, let's start with Gucci Grail. So these are the Grails with the PFP and Love Parade clothing. And so the floor is at 0.699.7. And if I go to the activity here, you can see there's a massive jump in sales today. There's been about 117 sales. You can see the floor went from zero point 0.4 to upwards of 0.75. And right now it's at 0.699 or zero point 0.7. And again, a flurry of activity happening here with sales. And you can see that most people own one. So 80%,
Mhm.
very, very good distribution here. And if you take a look at like what exactly is selling, you can see some cool cats, some penguins, some Gucci gutter cat gangs. I think the two big assets to look out for in this are the apes and the mutants. So the mutants are back at the mint price, which is 1 ETH, and apes are above mint price. I don't know if apes ever dip below, but you can see that these are still the most sought after. It's apes and then it's mutants, with multiple sales happening way above the floor, given that they're, apes and mutants. Utility wise, there's nothing different. It's more just the aesthetic here. And then what also really shot up in price based on this news was, if I go to activity, you can see just Gucci Vault material.
Yeah.
So tons and tons of material. We're seeing a bunch of wheat sales right now for about 800 or 0.452, but the floor was at 1.55, which is about 1,000 US dollars. It's sitting at about zero point 0.5 right now, and there's just sales since the news dropped. There's been at least, I would say, 100 sales of Gucci Vault material. If I go to the analytics, you'll see most of this activity has been today 151 sales, and most of that is the Gucci Vault material. And on the collection right now, you can see just the giant God candle right here. So 92 sales with the average price of about 0.51 ETH. There's only 2,896 items of this as well. So whatever this is, it's going to be, we know for sure it's going to be a limited edition physical, and that's all that we know so far. And so given what 10KTF has done with apparel and what Gucci has done in fashion for the last 102 years, I'm expecting something in the real world, and also something that helps the story move forward.
Yeah, what I hope is that the burn of the material is gonna produce a physical and a digital. That's
Mm.
my biggest hope. There is always the possibility that the burn of the material will just give us a physical. So the NFT is gone, you redeem your physical. That happened with other collections. For example, we saw it with the hoodies and 10KTF, but with 10KTF, we also saw the Kagami, which
Hmm.
was a burn of the digital, and then you get back another NFT plus the physical. So that's
Hmm.
still a possibility. I don't know how it's gonna be, but as good DJs, we always accept new NFTs in our collection. So it would be cool if we get an NFT with the physical.
Agreed. And I think maybe let's talk quickly about the future, because this isn't just a 10KTF partnership. This is
Yeah.
now a Yuga Labs partnership. So, do you have any thoughts on what we could see when it comes to Gucci and the wider Yuga universe?
Well, I see Gucci setting up store in the other side, 1,000,000%. So we're
Mm,
gonna have probably other side lands that they're gonna be owned by Gucci, where we can go and we can shop, we can exchange NFTs, change clothes of our avatars. I see Gucci also creating specific events like fashion weeks, or anything like from whatever digital or digi physical, let's say,
mhm,
maybe giving also exclusive access to like events that are in the real world that you can stream only through their lands. So you can go there and watch the stream, but only if you are allowed inside their land. I think the possibilities are endless, but for sure I envision a shop. You go, you buy your Gucci clothes for your avatars in the other side, and then you just flex your swag.
I mean, I also, when I think about the partnership, I think about, and let's use 10KTF as a blueprint. So they dropped
Mhm.
the Mint Pass, and we know that in 10KTF, 250 OGs got that for free, which isn't cheap. That's 100, or that's 1/8
Yeah.
mint price. So I'm thinking that, I think if that's any blueprint of what to expect, then there's likely going to be some Gucci airdrops for Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Cryptopunks, possibly Meebits as well. Just really like a whole collection partnership where it won't just be, hey, you can now buy Gucci stuff. I think there's going to be some version of like, here's if you hold this NFT, here's something that you get as an NFT for free that lets you dress up in the other side. We already saw it, and we'll talk about that in part two of this episode, where the winning team got helmets with wings on, and so we know that the avatars are ready to equip items because we equip those, and so I think we're going to be seeing some version of probably some free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff, and so I'm giving the people what they want. I expect some free Gucci stuff when it comes to your Yuga assets in this partnership, because Yuga is one of the few companies that does partnerships right. They don't just say, "Hey, here's like a 10% discount at this store because we're partnered." When they do a partnership, they do it deeply, and it likely comes with, and usually comes with, free things for its holders. And so I'm expecting some of that. And I'm expecting, just, I think we don't know, we can't always use the past as a blueprint for what's to come, because this is a brand new partnership and it's much wider in
Mhm.
scale. And so whether we're going to see an activation of Gucci in Ape Fest as well, which we know is coming up later on this summer, maybe that's one of the three activations, which maybe there's a hint in there. Maybe Ape Fest is in June or July, within the first 6 months of the year. So I think there's a lot of things happening and there are a lot of things moving. And so we could see one activation at Ape Fest with Gucci, along with what everybody loves, free NFTs. So that, that was the big news, guys. Big, big, big Gucci announcement. And I'm super, super bullish for this, for obviously NFTs and Yuga, of course, because you guys are just absolutely killing it. Shout out to Lindsay for the original partnership that she got done with 10KTF. I'm sure she had a lot of help from her team as well. And shout out to Lindsay and Ella, because we know
Mhm.
that they're the two at least front facing partnerships people. And so we know at least they definitely had a role in all of this. So well done,
Yeah.
guys. Super excited about the news. And we can't wait to see what all this brings.
So this is the episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe, like, turn notification on, comment, let us know if you're excited about this partnership, if you want some Gucci clothes in the other side or any metaverse. And we'll see you this Thursday for the live stream. Bye, guys.
Bye.